everybody, my name is Janet and this, come up here, is my co-host Joe. He is currently under my desk and he usually tends to stay there most of the time when I'm doing my makeup or when I'm in here filming or anything like that. So he currently has one of my scrunchies attached to his leg because he kept messing with it, and don't worry, it's like a pretty wide scrunchie, it's not tight or anything. He kept messing with it, so I just put his leg through it, and he was like so confused about what was going on, and he got it almost all the way off, but then it kind of just stood there, and I think he kind of gave up, and so I'm moving here, so he just decided to come in here with me. Okay, anyways, I bought a couple new palettes. I don't think I've talked about any of them so far. I have some time before work, so I figured I'd grab some tea and I would kind of just chit chat about all the stuff that I have gotten so far. I kind of do a quick little run through everything. So yeah, I have a couple new things. I think more than a couple new things, more new things that I need. So I'm kind of just ready to jump in. So I did get the new Norvina collection. That's a pretty bright mirror. So this is it. I've used this I think once or twice. This came in literally the day before I had to evacuate with my job. So I took that and I took this little, I don't know if I've showed you guys, but this is the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette. I got this one as well, and I used this one almost the whole entire time that I was there. So this came in handy. So yeah, big difference from using this and then using this. So yeah, I got those, and I also got the Jackie Aina palette. I also got this Huda Beauty, what is this? The Rose Gold palette that I've used just a little bit. I have so many palettes right now, guys. Like, I mean, I have bought in maybe 5 or 6 palettes within the last month or so, and I think I really need to hone it in because I have so many palettes that it's like I don't even know where to start. I honestly don't remember if any of my other videos I talked about this at all, so I will review those, and if I did, maybe I'll cut it out, and if I didn't, I guess I'll leave it in. So I got this little Frida Kahlo palette, and this is what it looks like. I've used it a couple times as well, but like I said, I just have so many palettes right now that it's really hard for me to kind of sit and concentrate on one palette. There's just so much stuff coming out that it's like, I want it, I want it, I want it. Okay, so far I've gotten these palettes within the last month or so-ish. So yeah, I got these. I really need to focus and like concentrate on using these palettes because it like completely slips my mind when I get a new palette, and it's like I use it like once or twice and I'm like, okay, I haven't really used this palette. I need to use this palette a little bit. I need to use that palette a little bit. And then it's like by the time that I kind of get used to it, a new palette comes out and it's like, boom, out of my mind. I have the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. I've used it quite a bit. I think I'm to about right here or so. I have no idea who is wearing their foundation for 24 hours. And I don't understand why that would be a thing. I mean, I could see if they're like, okay, 12, 14 hours, you know, something like that. But 24 hours, that's a bit much. So, oh, I got this Becca powder as a sample when I went to Sephora, and I hate it. It's called the Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. I don't like it. It feels wet when you put it on, and it makes my brush feel wet. However, it's not wet, but it feels like it's wet, and I don't really like it. I think I'm just gonna use this if I'm like in an absolute like dire emergency. I have no setting powder, which I don't think will ever happen, but I will keep it just in case that is ever the case. I repurchased also another one of these Peach Perfect powders. It's a mattifying loose setting powder, and I really like it. This has always been like one of my like tried and trues, and I've repurchased this I think like 3 or 4 times already. Okay, so that being said, now we can get into the video. So I'm gonna pull you guys in a little closer and we can get started. I feel like I kind of moved you guys in, but not really. I guess I'll see later in the video when I'm editing. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. I do notice that this foundation is very liquidy, so my sponge tends to absorb a lot of it. So I do have to use a little bit more than usually I would use with any other foundation, which is kind of annoying, but just the way of the world. So the coverage, it's not like full coverage. You can build it up to get a little bit more coverage in certain areas, but it's not like completely full coverage. You can still see like some acne and dark spots and stuff peeking through in certain areas. You'll be able to see it a little bit better, I think, on this side, maybe where I do have, right now I have like this huge, like, I don't know what it is, but it's just like I had a pimple coming in through there and it never really surfaced. So instead of me luckily not getting a pimple, I have like that little blemish there. So I don't know if you can tell, but it did do a pretty good job at covering the discoloration I have on this side. But on this side, you can definitely tell a little bit more is peeking through. I'm gonna try to build that up a little bit just so you guys can see. I feel like I don't get oily too bad in this, and when I do, it doesn't look horrible. That's like the good thing. And I do notice that it sets itself pretty well, which I also like. I feel like I don't have to use as much setting powder as I normally would with other foundations, like the Wet n Wild foundation. I have to use a lot of setting powder to keep that from getting too oily too quick. I mean, usually around the 8-hour mark or so, I feel like my foundation with the Wet n Wild at least tends to kind of really sink in and start shifting a little bit, and gets a little tricky. So I'll leave it there. I don't know if I talked about this, but this is the CoverGirl True Blend foundation, or I mean concealer. I don't know if I talked about it or not, but I think that is like, I think this is like a 95% dupe of the Shape Tape. If you really like the Shape Tape and it's like your, you know, ride or die, I really think that this is a really good dupe for it. So definitely check it out. I kind of just got it on a whim because I saw that the little, what is it called? The little setup that they have there was like, oh, new. And I was looking for new concealer. I tend to just get drugstore concealer. So yeah. But if you're a Shape Tape kind of gal, I think that this CoverGirl one is a really good dupe. So definitely keep that in mind. Oh, so in regards of my place, we finally got a table. And it's actually getting delivered tomorrow. So the problem with me is I'm really picky about furniture, and if I see something that I like, the more that I think about it, the more I'm going to be like, well, I mean, what about this or what about that? I always only ever had a four-seater table, but now that we have, you know, we own a place and everything, I definitely wanted to make more of an investment in a table. So my mom actually got us the table as a housewarming present, and it's an 8-seater table, and it's like a dark wood, and the chairs match the table, and the seat of the chair is like leather, and it's really cute. I love it, and it was more money than my mom should have spent on a table for me, but you know, I really liked it, and she could tell that I really liked it, so she got it for me. But you know, since I do own a place, I definitely wanted to get something that I like, and I think that's why it's been taking me so long to set up the apartment how I want to set it up, because in the past we did just rent, so I didn't mind getting certain furniture because I was like, oh, we're just renting, it's not that big a deal. But now that we own, I don't want to spend money on getting stuff that I kind of like just so that in a couple months I could buy something that I do like. I'd rather just not have it, and then when I see the thing that I like, just like you know, like bite the bullet and get it. So it's been taking a while. Like back here, I don't know what I'm doing. This is gonna be a process. I have a lot of every day I feel like I think of something new that I want to do in this room. So we're just gonna focus on one thing at a time. So right now we're focusing on the living room slash dining room slash kitchen. So So yeah, so we have our table coming in, and you know, we have the rest of the stuff, and we're ordering these like floating shelves, these like really thin floating shelves, so that my boyfriend can put up all of his movies and his games and his collectibles, and I can put up all my movies and VHSs and all that other good stuff. So it's coming together slowly, and we definitely have a long way to go, but I feel like we're gonna be here for a very long time. So there's really not that big of a rush, and we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. So yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait to get my table. I'm just gonna outline my brows really quick and then go in with the Anastasia brow gel, which I really like. And I think I've used it like every single time I've done my makeup since I've gotten it. So it's actually pretty good. And I've been in a really like strong brow kind of phase right now. So I really need to like tone it back a little bit, because sometimes I'll like do my brows and I take a step back, or I'm getting ready and I like pass the mirror. I was like, oh wow, my brows are a lot more powerful than they should be for just going out and getting groceries. But so yeah, I've just been in a really strong like bold brow kind of phase, but right now I'm just going to outline a little bit and then fill in with the brow gel, which I really liked. Well, I might repurchase it. I really liked it, and I might repurchase it. If I don't repurchase that, then I'll just get this little Essence eyebrow gel. Was really good too, and I just wanted to try something else. I don't remember what I had before that, but I was just like, let me try something else. And then I was with my sister-in-law. She recommended getting the Essence, and I tried it and ended up really liking it. I hate this brow. I feel like it always gives me problems. Okay, so I just outlined that with this little Cella Tantalizing Taupe Eyebrow Cream. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and I ended up really liking it. So yeah, everyone was like, oh yeah, it's really good, but it's nothing like the Anastasia Dip Brow, which I still haven't tried. Maybe when I finish that Cella, maybe I'll go ahead and get it. I think there's still quite a bit left in there. And I'm looking for a new organizing method with my makeup. I don't think I have seen my desk any messier than it is right now. It's pretty bad, and I've just been buying so much makeup like so fast that I'm running out of space to put it. I really have been considering getting the Marc Jacobs bronzer. I think it's like the coconut something or another, but I really want to get it, and it's super cute, and I'm just trying to wrap my brain around, is this something that I really need, or is this something that I really want? I guess no makeup really you need, but it's mostly a matter of what you want. So yeah, I really want to get it. We'll see. Maybe the next time I go shopping, I'll get it. I always bronze my nose right under where I would contour. I don't know why. I just do. All right, so that's the Hoola bronzer, and I'm going to go right on top of that with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I really need to figure out this situation. And then I'm always like, okay, this day off is gonna be the day that I wash all my brushes and like reorganize my desk and do all this and that. And then the day comes and I'm like, it's my day off. I just want to relax. I don't want to have to deal with this right now. It's so much. And so that's where I am at right now. I'm really good at procrastinating things. This is the L'Oreal True Match blush, and I'm pretty much done with it. Ooh, I'm pretty much done with it. I don't even know what like the shelf life on this is, but I'm pretty sure I have gone well over and past the shelf life and expiration date on this. But I figure it's just blush, so can't possibly be that bad. And this, I went over that with the Amazon Clay blush in in Party. Okay, so, and I also want to organize, somehow get like a little bin or something to put all of like my travel size thing, not travel size things, but like my samples. So I have like all of these small little samples of stuff like this that I really want to get through, but I have them in my drawer and then I completely forget about them and it just turns into a bigger mess. So I really need to somehow organize that. This is the Benefit highlighter in Wax Up. So let me use this little Becca highlighter so I can just kind of get through this too. I hate throwing out little samples. This is a Becca highlighter in Opal, which I was obsessed with for a very, very, very long time, and it just got pushed into the back of my drawer and never really thought about it for a while. I don't even know what brush this is. Sometimes I have no idea where I get brushes from and they just end up sticking. And I'm always like, what brush is this? I want to repurchase it. And it's like, has no name. It's like an orphan child brush. Right. So I just put that right over where I put that last highlighter. You can't tell on camera how like blinding this is, but it really is. Maybe you could tell on my nose a little bit more. No, not really. But it's pretty blinding. Alright, I think that's good. I'm gonna go in with the eyeshadow now. Alright, so I'm gonna go in with the Huda Beauty palette and I'm just going to prime my eyes a little bit. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is, you know what? I'm gonna go in with the Jackie Aina palette. I know I've like gone in with 1,000 different palettes already. So I'm gonna go in with Pinker and Supreme and then put in some of that Pink Diamond. All right, so I'm just gonna put this, lay it down and the outer corner and kind of up a little bit further. I have to really learn like the lingo. All right, so that is Supreme right here. Just a little light wash of it. And I'm gonna go in with Pinker right in the inner corner, kind of right above Supreme, but not all the way through, just to give it a little bit of dimension really quick. And after that, I'm going to go in with Pink Diamond from the Huda Beauty palette. And then I'll just drag both of those colors underneath my eye and kind of be done with it. And I'm gonna go in with the fluffier side of this Anastasia brush and just kind of blow it out a little bit so it doesn't look like too harsh of a line. All right, so I'm gonna go in with Pink Diamond, which is this little color here. It comes off more purpley-ish than it does pink, but it might work. Okay, yeah, that works. I just think that her shimmers, like Huda Beauty shimmers, are so soft. I mean, they feel so good on the finger when you're touching them, and like, I don't know how to explain it. You just have to, when you go into like a Sephora or something, you have to, like, if you've never swatched it, you have to swatch it and like feel how soft these shimmers are in the Rose Gold palette. I've been considering more and more. I think I want to collect all of her palettes as well, because, you know, if you guys have watched my channel before, you know that I collect the Anastasia palettes, and I'm thinking about jumping on the Huda Beauty boat and collecting them as well. Every palette that I've tried from her, I have really enjoyed playing with and using, and I feel like she comes out with a lot more palettes that are kind of up my alley, which is a lot of pinks and purples and reds, and, you know, just more around just more of those colors that I feel like kind of suit me the best. So like other palettes, like I don't know what other palettes can describe. Okay, so like the Norvina palette, the new Norvina palette, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. Whether or not I will use all of the colors is a different story. So that's definitely something to consider. But I feel like with the Huda Beauty palettes, I will always find a way to use them because the colors are just right up my alley a little bit more. I wish you could see how stunning this looks on the eye. Maybe I'll just take like a picture in like natural sun. All right, so that was the Pink Diamond, and I'm going to go back into the Jackie Aina palette and dip into Pinker and Supreme and just blend out that line for where I put that shadow, where I put Pink Diamond, because I don't want you to be able to see like the fingerprints of where I kind of went over a little bit. So now Pinker and Supreme, blow it out a little bit more on the bottom. And I'll put a little inner corner highlight and under the brow highlight and mascara and a lip, and I will be done. That sounded like a lot more steps. Like usually when I'm done with my eyeshadow, I'm like, okay, I'm really done, I'm done. Or my boyfriend be like, are you almost done? And I'm like, yeah, I just finished my eyeshadow. Give me like 5 more minutes and I'll be out the door. And it's like, no girl, you still have so much to do. I think that's it for eyes, shockingly. And I'm going in with the same mascaras. I was actually at the store the other day and I was looking at mascaras. I was looking for mascaras. And literally I couldn't find a waterproof mascara, and it's like, all I ask of my mascaras is to be waterproof. Why is it so difficult to find a waterproof mascara? It doesn't make any sense. And it's like, come on, just give me a damn waterproof mascara from the drugstore. I'm not asking for the moon and stars here, guys. Like, come on. All right, guys, so that is it for today's look. I just want to do a quick little run through of everything that I used. So I went in with the Maybelline Great Lash and the Lancome Hypnosis mascara, which I threw out. I'm completely done with that one. I went in with the Eye Caviar right above the brows and in my inner corner, and I went on top of those two with my Becca highlighter, and I went in with a little bit of this Lancome. I don't even know what it is. It's just this little thingy. It's called Magenta, and I just put a couple dots on my lip and kind of just blended it all around. And I went on top of that with the Fenty Lip in Uncuffed. So I think that is it. I think that's it for today. I used about all of my battery up on my phone. So I'm hoping that I will edit this and actually get it up. Yay! Fingers crossed. I think I've just been, what is that? I've just been really lazy with the editing process. I don't have the patience, and it's like I'll have like an hour-and-a-half video and I'm like, damn, I need to cut this down in a certain amount of time so that people don't spend an hour-and-a-half of their time watching my videos. However, I feel like I enjoy watching videos that are a little longer, especially when I'm getting ready and doing stuff like that. I know that's not necessarily the case with everybody else. So on that note, I hope you guys have a great, amazing day wherever you are. And me and Joe, who is currently knocked out underneath my desk, will catch you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.